you need money to be happy?
No. Money's good, but it's a fool's errand to think, oh, I'm rich, I'm going to be happy. It doesn't work that way.
Definitely don't. It's probably low. I hope y'all can hear it real good.
Let the money come when it comes. And it'll come maybe when you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s. It doesn't really matter that much.
Facts.
Don't focus on money all the time.
Hey, man. Oh.
Today we dive into the
Listen, this is one thing, man. Everybody need to watch, bro. No cap. Because this is a billionaire talking.
life of California billionaire Carl Barney. He's what some would say is living proof of the American dream. You see, Carl grew up in England in a family of modest means, and he came to America as a young man with just a few dollars to his name. Eventually in his career, he founded a collection of private colleges, and through the success of these colleges, he created an immense amount of wealth. Carl believed with his schools that he was revolutionizing education. However, the state of California felt differently, and Kamala Harris, the California Attorney General at the time, made the controversial decision to force his schools to shut down. And we'll be diving deeper into that later today. But for now, Carl's on a new mission.
I didn't even know that.
With a radical new idea that might change the way you think about life, money, and happiness. In this episode, we see into the world of the ultra wealthy, and we ask the questions that everyone wants to ask a billionaire. Before we get into the life of a billionaire, I gotta tell you about some gnarly computer stuff. There's a software out there called AnyDesk that gives you a crazy level of remote access. It's basically like a magical window that allows you to see into another computer. And here's where it's helpful. Picture this. Your grandma lives 2 hours away and she's having computer issues. Instead of going through rush hour traffic, making it over to Granny to fix something simple, you can remote access into her computer and help her from the comfort of your home. Another scenario, maybe I suspect that Miguel, my editor, is busy looking at furry costumes instead of editing the damn video. All I do is get onto AnyDesk, log in, and see what he's up to. Or maybe you guys have an office job and you're away on vacation and forgot to do something on your desktop computer. Just log in on your personal laptop and you have remote access onto your work computer. And guys, the good news is AnyDesk is free for personal use, and they offer custom plans if you are a business client. And it's available on all platforms.
I'll mess with it. Come on.
Let's get into the life of a billionaire.
Let's get to it. Let's get to this money, man. I'm trying to hear about this money, man.
Oh, man.
And chat, how many groups y'all in right now and they ain't talking about no money, no check, no dollar, no nothing, dog.
And folks, another good morning. We have spent the night in an establishment many would consider top of the line, the Ramada Inn. And today, we're going into the...
Hey, there's a Ramada there, like, over here where I'm from, and that's for like the old heads go and party. Like, it's connected to like a bar with a dance floor and karaoke, and then they got like
upper echelon.
I heard about that when I was in.
I'm talking to a billionaire. Now, some people nowadays, they look at a billionaire and say, just by existing, you're sketchy, or your morals are wrong, or you're a bad person. Other people will look at a billionaire and say, you should be celebrated, studied, questioned to see what we can learn from a person like you. So without...
You know, bro, I'm just trying to keep streaming, man. Hey, I was about to go on Crenshaw, bro, but my stuff kept tripping, gang. Crenshaw's supposed to have a, tell me why some shorty, she say, I don't know, they the 50 gang in there or something. I came in there. She got me right. She gave me like 500 CDs or something like that. Because they own like 10 different businesses. She said they got motion. They the biggest gang and everything in there. But we better see about this billionaire, man. We're going to talk about getting this money. Because, like, I'm tired of not talking about this money. Ain't none nigga I talk to on the day-to-day talking about no check, no dollar, no nothing, man.
Further ado, let's hit the road and get going. Folks, we are just pulling up.
What the hell?
This might be weird, but I can't help but feel a little bit...
W Ice X leader, man.
Nervous, just because I almost feel out of place. There's one end of like...
And y'all go subscribe to my boy Tommy G right here, bro. Tommy G got some fire videos.
And we should look at him.
He go in all the trenches. Like, he literally gives you both sides to, like, everybody. Real talk. Now, they ain't had to show Buddy getting up out of bed, though, gang. They ain't had to show Buddy getting up out of bed, though. Billion-dollar man.
You must be Tommy.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
How are you?
Welcome. I'm doing great, thank you.
So we're here in your palace, huh?
Well, I wouldn't call it a palace, but it's got a nice view.
How old were you when you made your first $1 million?
39.
And how old were you when you made your first $1 billion?
Hey, I still got time. I still got time. He was 38 when he made his first M. I still got time, bro.
That's censored. That was actually a few years ago.
I detect a bit of an accent from you.
Yes, I was born and raised, went to school in England. When I was 18, I left England. I traveled overland from England,
Hey, we
London,
still got time,
through
bro.
France and Italy, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria. Spent 5 years in Australia, traveling around all Australia, and then came to the great United States.
Right now, we are in a magnificent, beautiful house. How'd you grow up?
We were not very poor, but we didn't have any money. There was 6 of us to feed. This was right after the war in England, the Great War. The
Food
World
was still
War II.
being rationed for up to 10 years after the war, right?
Exactly, you know that. That's good. You must have read a book, something about that. So yeah, there was rationing, and we're very frugal, live very modestly.
That's crazy.
Shh, quiet.
No, man.
I think a lot of young people, especially young men right now, are feeling like they need to be a millionaire when they're 20 or they're 18, and they feel this grand urgency to do so. What would you tell them?
I'd say urgency is great, ambition is great, but don't press it. Let it happen, let it unfold. Pursue your dreams, pursue a purpose. Know what your purposes are. My purpose was education. I wanted to do a great job in teaching people. That's where I made my money, in education. But
Hey,
the
this is
education
real-
came
real
first, and the
talk.
money came secondary. Let the money come when it comes. And it'll come maybe when you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s. It doesn't really matter that much. Don't focus on money all the time. It'll take care of itself.
Did ever in your dreams think you'd be in a multi-million-dollar house on the coast of California?
Yes, I did. Actually, yeah, I'm a big believer in dreams.
You just wrote a book focusing on happiness. Why?
Well, it was an experiment that I conducted, and I saw the results of the experiment.
Hey, that's true believer right there.
Getting happier. And I thought, wow, this is working. I better write a book. I had no intention of writing a book until I saw what happened. I found it was inspirational, and I thought the world needed to know about this innovative way of increasing your happiness.
Have you ever been depressed before?
I was depressed one time in my life when I was a teenager. I just couldn't figure it out. And I made the mistake of reading, and this is a long time ago, I made the mistake of reading a book on psychology, which made me even more depressed. But I was depressed, I think, for about 2 days.
Do you need
Damn.
money to be happy?
No. Money's good. It helps with happiness, no question about it. There's a lot of values you can get from money. But it's a fool's errand to think, oh, I'm rich, I'm going to be happy. It doesn't work that way. Money is secondary to having something inside of you, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions.
Hey, I like this guy, bro. I'm gonna just let you play through. Like, this right here is inspiring to me, bro.
That's the main thing. And then make as much money as you need to fulfill your dreams. I still
I'm
have
about
a
to
dream
send
of
this to
another house, but this is a
This is
dream
just a
house.
starter house for you?
Yeah, this is sort of start a house.
During your peak working moments, what was the most hours per week you were working?
Certainly 100 hours, maybe a little bit more or less. I don't recommend it, but there's times when you do it because that's what needs to get done.
I gotta send this video.
This is an interesting painting. It's not a mural, it's a fine art done by Brian Larson. This painting over here is Prometheus. And you know the story of Prometheus? He took fire, which symbolizes enlightenment. The enlightenment from the gods, the fire from the gods, and brought it to man.
If you don't mind me asking, what is the most you've ever paid for a piece of artwork?
A few $100,000.
Wow.
The
Damn.
first college I did was Matthew Arnold College in England, where I studied
A
language
few
and
$100,000.
math. I finished a math course, but then I went to Australia, so I didn't complete the full program. Then in Australia, I took a course in accounting and did not care for it, so I dropped out of it.
Do you still need to go to college to succeed?
In some fields, you need to go to college. Obviously, if you're going to be a doctor, you've got to go to college. If you're going to be a lawyer, you have to have a law degree. You have to do so. There's some fields. So I would say yes, absolutely, and no, absolutely. It depends what you want to do.
Can we check out your kitchen?
Now you're getting very personal.
Yes.
But I'll make an exception.
Okay,
with you. Come on, we'll take a look at the refrigerator.
Hey, we gotta check the kitchen. We gotta let know what's going on, my boy.
This one is called the magic refrigerator. It's magic because when anything runs low, it magically is topped up. So I never run out of anything, never run out of milk or orange juice or anything like that.
What's your favorite food?
I love the morning succulent oranges, fresh, cool oranges. I love the food once in a while, going out to dinner, but I have a wonderful housekeeper. Her name is Lorena. She just cooks clean and wholesome. I will have an occasional wine once in a while, but very rarely. I stay off alcohol.
Am I right in guessing that sugar is also a minimum in your diet?
Sugar is death. No sugar, or as little sugar as possible, and lots of protein, particularly when you're getting older.
I saw you at a gym downstairs.
You gotta have that gym. All right, I need to get my body right, chat.
I do wrestling, I do jiu-jitsu, and I think like I can look at someone's body and tell if they work out. One thing that I noticed on you, your forearms, dude. Those are strong forearms, okay? Right here, you got the veins going on. A lot of people do bicep curls, but a real measure of a man, especially grip strength, are in the forearms.
I work out isometrics 1 day a week. I have a trainer come by on Wednesday who does more flexibility and balance type. And on Thursday, I have a strength trainer who does weights with me. And then Friday and Saturday, more cardio.
Taking care of yourself, that's what you gotta do. All these ads won't allow me to do what I need to do, chat. Like, where's my mouse?
Everybody has an age. You know, I'm going to live until I'm 80 or 90, or maybe they shoot for 100. He said, well, why not extend it? Why not go for a bigger number? So I thought, well, what can I really? I said, what's the record? It's a bit over 120. At least 122 is the record. I think, well, I can shoot for. No guarantees, unfortunately. My doctors will not put it in writing. This is like the workroom. I do reading, writing, computer stuff, meetings sometimes.
Now, Carl, I see you surrounded by a lot of books right now. Is there any one book that you would say has been most impactful on your life?
Well, there's a lot of books that have been impactful, but one major one has been Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand.
Atlas Shrugged is a 1,000-page book by Ayn Rand, and it is basically the Bible for hardcore capitalists. The premise of the book is essentially that the hero, the entrepreneur, is continually overcoming rules and regulations put in their path by the enemy, the government, and it shows the entrepreneur's journey to overcoming this evil. This book is foundational to Carl's thinking and helps you better understand someone in the ultra-capitalist category.
Okay.
I read it in college and recommend you do if you have some extra time on your hands.
I wanted to do something meaningful with my life, and then I did the soul searching. I came up with 2 high values. I love management. Crazy, but I love it. I love management. I also love education. I find it's a high value for me and a high value for other people. So I wanted to do something that involved management and education. So that's when I acquired my first private college, a business college in San Jose, California. Went broke after 6 months. So I had to roll up my sleeves and work, and I built it up, became very successful, and then over the next many years, I grew it to 20 on-ground campuses in various six western states, and then started a university called Independence University, which had 1,500 people working for it, grew quickly to 10,000 students. It was quite successful in those days.
And then you had a battle with the government. They shut your schools down, if my research is correct.
Elizabeth Warren. So I'm honored to be one of her enemies. She and Dick Durbin ordered the colleges closed, and they talked to each other behind the scenes, and there's a bunch of activists that hate private colleges. All colleges and universities ought to be run by the government. Everybody knows that, so to speak. But I was private and profitable, and they didn't like that. Hey, how are you all?
Good morning. Fantastic.
Carl starts off his morning with a few Zoom meetings. The first one is him giving marching orders to his team of assistants, and another one is catching up with his friend Peter Diamandis, a man who is a powerhouse in the space of innovation and someone Carl passionately supports with financial backing.
Remember, life is to be enjoyed. Enjoy the day, and I'll catch up with you when I come back home.
Okay, wonderful. Will you
Great
have
day.
What was your next move after your schools got shut down?
I sort of coasted a little bit. I did some consulting work. I did a couple of things like that. But I think the next big thing was the book. And it took me 3 years to write the book, and now I'm working on promoting the book.
Guys, there's something you should know. Carl has a free happiness quiz he designed to help you better understand yourself and how happiness comes to your specific personality type. I took this quiz and enjoyed reading through the results. If you would like to take it for yourself, the link is in my description.
There are a lot of people in my situation that have money and they don't know what to do with it. They give it away to charities, which is good. They give it away to the universities, which is fine, the hospitals and various charities. Whoever it was that enabled you, or me in this case, to become successful and happier, acknowledge them. And I had 20 people in my will, and I got down, I sat down with them just like I'm sitting down with you, and I said, look, you've been enormously helpful to me. You've done this and you've done that, and you helped me in this way, so be very specific. And I said, I'm really grateful, and I want to express that gratitude to you by giving you a happiness grant. So I said to them, I said, I don't want this money to be a problem for you, to make you more successful and happier. They said, well, what kind of plan? I said, well, I want you to write a happiness plan. And they said, happiness plan, what's that? I said, well, I'll hire a coach for you, a happiness coach, and they'll help you develop a plan. And when I see the plan that you know what you're going to do with the money, I'll send it to you all at one time. It's yours.
Booking.com.
Hey, that's hard. That's hard. That's hard. Oh my God, that's hard. Now, this dude, Jack, he that's powerful. A happiness plan. He don't just want to give him. He wants to give. Like, what? Come on. It's time to be great.
One thing that I'm observing is you can look at siblings within a family, and some are very ambitious, some are very lazy, and some are in between. To me, it almost seems like there's an intrinsic thing that some people have and some people don't. What do you think it is that sets the ambitious apart from the non-ambitious?
I think there is such a thing as temperament, you know, how you're born, it seems like to influence it. But I think there's an influence. I think beyond that, and what we can control is what we read, people that we associate with, identifying early in life or later in life something that you love to do, that fascinates you, that motivates you. And then if you can do that, and some people do it and some people don't, and it evolves over a period of time until you say, hey, this is what I want to do with my life.
In the pursuit of wealth, do you ever felt like you left relationships with family and friends on the back burner and you regret it?
I was never in a pursuit of wealth, interestingly enough. I wanted enough money to not have to worry about it, but I never pursued wealth. I loved management, I love education, and I pursued that, and the money came.
One thing I've come to
appreciate it, guys.
You have a good day.
You as well.
See you on the way back.
Absolutely, we'll be here.
You know, but the American dream is so important. And it inspired generations of people, and it needs to be revived. There's no Russian dream, you know, or even English dream or Australian dream. It's typically American. And that says something about the American mindset, you know, that we want life to be better for ourselves and our family.
Why do you think so many people today feel like it's out of reach?
Something really bad happened in America. And, you know, it's probably not just one thing, but one thing after another happened. Somehow we've lost the spirit of America. We've lost the dream. And that's very sad.
So
this is this one right here.
Policy, but it is a belief.
Listen, chat. If y'all just got in here, y'all need to go watch this. Tommy G, bro. This is on Tommy G's page. The Day in the Life of a California Millionaire. Y'all need to go watch this. Like, he's talking real talk right now.
For many years in this country, but it's been dampened down in recent times.
It's diminished and it's faded, and that's very sad.
Carl is on the move promoting his book launch, so our first stop is at the iHeartRadio headquarters where he sits down with Ellen Kay, the host of the #1 radio show in Los Angeles.
I'm gonna get this book. I'm gonna look for it.
Hey there.
Who are you?
Carl, I'm Ellen.
I'm not going to shake your hand. Are you kidding me? I'm a red-blooded American. Good to meet you. Lovely.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for coming. All right, we're here with Carl Barney. Welcome to our radio show and the Feel Good Morning Show and this podcast this is all about people who make us feel good, Carl, and you are one of them. Welcome.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm pleased to be here.
I am loving your book, The Happiness Experiment. Carl B. Barney, tell me about the happiness experiment.
This happened naturally with real people, with real experiences. Came from three places. One, I almost died in a plane crash. We were diving into the grass. That's what I thought, this is not going to be fun. The next thing that happened was that I heard that my sister's husband was dying. And I sat down with her and I said, Janet, I'm really sorry. I said, you're in my will, and I want to bring it forward and give it to you now so that you can fulfill any last wishes with Carla and her husband. But my older brother was sitting there, and I said, well, I'm going to do the same thing with you. His wife went ballistic. She said, this is too much money. I don't want anything to do with it. It's wrong. And she stormed out of the room. So that was a big surprise. But it gave me a lesson. And then the next thing that happened was I'm looking over my financial statements, and I've been very fortunate. I've made a lot of money, but there's money sitting on my financial statement which wasn't doing anything. And these things came together. The people in my will after the plane crash, my sister giving her the inheritance, and now this money is. I said, how can I use this money for myself and those I really cared about? So that started the experiment.
Based off your experiment,
He's one of the millionaires that like is inspiring. Like when he said, like he went and chased his dream and chased what he likes to do and things like that, and he didn't chase the actual money. He let the money come to him. He didn't even get his first million until he was 38 years old. Oh my God! So listen, billionaires use time. Like I get it that y'all want to grind and get this at a young age, but these people right here that's got these I'm talking, they turn M's into B's. They look at every day. They don't give a damn how old they get. It's like, it's more time I can get this money. And he's so 1,000. Dude right here so 1,000 that he's all weight P what he is. Like, he ain't just your overly billionaire rich dude. Like, he's the most, for me watching this is the most genuine, like down to earth person I ever seen right here that's got money. Like, it's a deeper connection. He got money, but he wants a deeper connection within you and a friendship or whatever. What up? What's good with it? Send them hearts. What's the word? But he sends to like, dude, so hard. I gotta damn near chat. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta damn near watch this again after this. Like, I gotta tap our in, and I need y'all go get this book too. Like, come on, dude.
I think universal basic income is a good idea.
Oh, that is such a complicated question. I'm really not
What's the
qualified
word?
to answer that, but it's good.
Appreciate your first time chatting.
I mean, it's good if it gets rid of a whole lot of government interference and complication. So economically it might work, as Milton Friedman said. But generally speaking, I think you destroy lives by giving people money that they're not ready for it.
And I've actually found that giving money away is very hard, and it oftentimes creates resentment in the people that you give it to. How did you avoid that with some of your closest friends and inner circle?
That was something I had to struggle with. How can I just do this? Sit down with my friends who are, they're substantial people. They wouldn't accept charity. They didn't want a gift, but it was delivered in such a, and I said, you've got to think of me as being dead. You don't owe me anything. I said, if not, I don't want to do this if it's going to make a problem with our friendship. And some of them did. 3 of the people said, no, I can't accept it.
I thought it would be an interesting dynamic to schedule a meeting between a billionaire and ex-cons that were running the streets of Los Angeles. Some of these guys like Bozo did major prison time, but now after getting out, are entrepreneurs eager to...
He definitely is a goat. Like I've seen more millionaires talk, and I've watched. I think Tommy G also had some other like millionaires on his channel, and just like listen to other, like I said millionaires. Well, this is a billionaire. Well, other like people that's like millionaires. This dude is the most poised mind person I've ever heard. Like down to earth, like just like somebody you can this person right here are going like he's the regular like the money don't make him like all like it's you see happiness, bro. He's like happiness. You know what I'm saying? I can't even really explain it, but you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Like if his video is, you know what I'm saying, then you know.
Talk
That's all I'm
business with
saying.
Carl.
Thank you.
Good.
I gotta buy his book because I like this right here. Let me say this stuff right here keeps you going, like keeps you motivated, and then you know what I'm saying.
Hello, Angel. Good to meet you.
How you doing, Jay Solano?
Fine. Leave me a hand, okay? That's good.
I think the thing is here is we're all on a similar quest of life. We're all trying to be successful. We're all trying to be entrepreneurs, and I feel like there's not a lot of it that we learn in school. So I feel like this is a cool way where we all come from different.
Brought to you by Rogue.
Another commercial. But this is fire though. I'm glad I found this video.
Parts of life.
Yes,
You
sir.
grew up in England. You guys grew up in LA. I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. Moved to Milwaukee. And I think it's just cool to brainstorm and see what we can come up with to learn and advance our missions. You know.
Predominantly, we grew up in the city of Pico Rivera. Me and him are childhood friends. You know, both of us had rough childhoods, whatever. I just did 10 years in prison. I've been out about 9 years now. So after I did my 10 years, I told him I needed to get back on my feet. You know what I'm saying? Figure out something. I didn't want to. It was a revolving door, you know what I mean? I didn't want to go back to prison no more. I put myself through a trade school. I did photovoltaic, and also independently, I'm a recording artist. Yeah, so signed with OTR, got a deal offer, and I've been doing a lot of like administration with them, like helping with artists, also putting on music, and
Seems like you could teach me some things.
maybe. I mean, depends in what area you're trying to do it in, you know? But we're all kind of entrepreneurs. He has his own fashion brand too. He does real estate also.
But I was telling him about making a curriculum, whether it's 6 weeks or 8-week curriculum for juveniles or for parolees, you know, some type of trade.
Give them the skill fast.
Where you
It's
give them
fast.
the
Immersion.
incentive-
Yeah, get into it and get out.
Was
you
Dyer
give-
here?
You give the incentive to have a job after it.
I think that's a fabulous idea.
So I ended up fighting for my life for about 43 days. In
Damn.
the hospital, refused the ventilator, refused
It's
the
cool that they can
blood
sit here and talk.
transfusion,
This
asked
is
God
this
to
is
help
fire.
me. And within 2 days, I was getting better. I got severe lung damage. I got blind in one eye. So I had to, of course, you know, now I'm disabled, but I had to move differently and learn how to move differently. And it was a process for me for about a year and some change.
You literally came from death's door. I mean, you were about as low as you could go.
Yeah.
Physically and mentally.
Absolutely.
I mean, you were dead. You were gone.
Absolutely.
And then you turn it around, and in the last few years, you've done all of that?
Yeah.
You're freaking amazing. Tommy was asking me, he said, you know, homeless and all of that, what's the solution? I said, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. I don't know how you deal with the problems that, you know, people get in that cycle and they never make it work out. You guys have the answer. Today, Tom said to me, he said, we're going to meet these guys from the hood or from, you know, from downtown. And he said, you know, they've done some amazing things with their life and they've turned their life around. That's amazing things. And, you know, I'm going to meet with them and maybe they're going to ask you some questions and learn from me.
Yeah.
But right now, for this first half an hour, I've learned from you guys.
What's one of the
That's
biggest
cool.
lessons in business you've learned?
I think one of the things that really made a big difference to me is to knowing what you want to do with your life. That's huge. You can die without knowing what you want to do with your life.
That's
but
a
if
fact.
you spend the time thinking about it, talking to people, talking to your romantic partner, talking to your friends, talk to a coach, but figure out what you're going to do and why you're doing it.
That's real shit. That's real shit. Like coming up with that.
For the people out there that haven't accumulated a fortune yet, how can they use your book? How can they give back to their people?
But it's not a matter of giving back. Nobody stole anything. Nobody has to give anything
Right,
back.
right.
The people that have wealth, they want to use it in the service of their own happiness and the happiness of those that they care about, those that love, and for whom they are grateful. This is a wonderful mechanism of giving them not a bequest, but a prequest to enrich their lives, their success, their happiness.
Who's a hero of yours?
Ayn Rand. I mean, she is courageous intellectually. She has promoted some ideas which were just so revolutionary, so much ahead, and she stands by her ideas and she defends them, and she's articulate there. Who would write a book called The Virtue of Selfishness and put that in the title? And everybody knows that selfishness is an awful thing and so forth. But then when you get to understand, and that bothered me, I wasn't going to read that book. But then when I got into what she meant by that, which is living your own life and having the greatest life that you can and loving your own life and loving life. I don't agree with everything on Rand read.
That's real. So that right there is just living your truth, living you, like, because at the end of the day, we gotta protect ourselves. Like, it's not saying go be selfish, but like, if you actually look into it, like, what do you love? Like, stay in the things that you like. What's like to you, your own happiness is gone. Like what he's saying, like you. That he can explain it better than me, but I know what he's talking about. Like, your happiness. Be selfish. Like, follow what you want to follow. Take your own path in life, regardless of wherever it takes you. Be selfish with that. Like, go ahead with that. Like, there's people who's gonna come in and out your life. There's people gonna be there, and there's people not gonna be there. And those, those ones around you, just be selfish with it, and just, like he said, find what's true to you and stay to it. You feel me? Like, it's so much you can say. I'm listening.
But, every substantial.
I'm tapped in already. You know what I'm saying?
Carl heads to another radio show to continue promoting his book, and this time he sits down with the popular host Rick Dees.
Hey, it's me.
I'm sure she probably said some much greater stuff in there too that I don't even know nothing about. But I'm right there.
Oh no, I'm gonna hug you for that.
Oh, well, hug her. Well, I'll take that to her. She's gonna be flipped out.
First of all, she gets these. She's too hot.
Shelly gets this.
I'm going to sign it right now.
Look at that. He knows how to write.
By the way, it is Rick Dees. I am so very, very blessed to be in the presence of Carl Barney. And it is a joy to have you. This is a conversation, and I hope that anyone listening or even watching would take something away and say, I'm gonna try that.
I'm definitely bro. This right here, y'all don't know. This video right here just inspired me. Like, that's some stuff that I already had in my head. I ain't lying. This
is Mia.
This right here.
She dreams of taking her
No
boutique
cap.
swimwear brand nationwide.
Right
That
now, there's a
already put me in the zone.
populist movement being led by AOC and Bernie Sanders, and they're filling stadiums around the country. And one of the premises of their movement, I guess you could call it Eat the Rich, but they say that not one person in the world should be worth over $999 million that should be taxed at 100%. Is that a good idea?
It's evil. It's unjust. It's insane. It's communism. And these guys should go and enjoy China or North Korea. That's where they should be living. Because it's against human nature. If somebody is capable of making lots of wealth, they don't spend it. I mean, these people are so stupid. I'm sorry. You can only eat so many fine foods. You can only have so many airplanes, so many homes. What do you think these people, they reinvest the money. Who would you rather have spend billions of dollars? Elon Musk or AOC and Bernie Sanders? You want the government to spend your money? Or do you think you should keep it to yourself?
They're afraid it will get to a point in this country that
Government
the
to spend your
ultra-wealthy will be able
cheese.
to influence elections, influence policy, influence law. To the extent
Government
where
take
they
your
just get
money
to
and
run
then spend it.
everything. That's their thought.
They're
What do
already
you think
taking it
of that?
in.
You mean like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders
Taking
and
everybody's
OAC
cheese.
are influencing
And
the culture
we ain't
and
even gonna go there.
the thing? Those guys have all the political power. Elon Musk and others, he doesn't have any real power. He has persuasion, has ideas, but he doesn't have any power.
I think initially when we think billionaires, it's gonna be like, holy shit, it's this guy, and he's gonna be so outrageous. I only have a sample size of 2, but these guys have been incredibly chill. Like, just pretty down to earth.
Yeah.
And I don't think
See, I
being
said
a
that.
billionaire actually, it's how you became a billionaire that really matters. I don't think just being a billionaire makes you a good or bad person. It's how you did that. So I'm curious to know what you guys think in the comments. And is this something that you aspire to be? Like, do you want to be a billionaire? Me personally, the lifestyle I live, I know I don't need to be a billionaire, nor do I want to be one. Like my life, even if I had $1 billion, my lifestyle wouldn't change. I would still drive my Chevy Cruze. I would occasionally buy ribeyes. Maybe I would buy nicer Airbnbs when I go on vacation, but it's not like I would be doing that much outrageous stuff.
I wouldn't. Just like the billionaire said. The billionaire even said himself, it ain't like you can spend that much money. You can only have so much of this stuff. And me personally, I don't even like wearing clothes. Just give me a t-shirt, some shorts, and some slides, and I'm cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all that designer stuff, I don't even know half the names of that stuff. Like I gotta ask somebody. Give me a pair of white forces and put on them as my favorite. Like them make me happy. That's part of my happiness.
That was the day in the life. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Carl, is there anything you'd like to end this piece with?
This has been a very exciting and stimulating day. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. And as we say in England, I'm chuffed, which means I'm very pleased. Very satisfied. Thank you. That was a great day. Thank you. And thanks to the camera guys who were
These guys
everywhere.
crush it. If you could broadcast a message to every home in the country, what would it be?
Your life is important. Your own life is important. And respect that. And want what you want, whatever it is that you want. Dreams, purposes, values, whatever you want, what you want is important. And make it important. And Billionaire has a bigger mindset. And after a while, the numbers just become, more zeros.
Folks, I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
That's fire, bro. This is the most Tommy G's top video of all time. This is YouTube's top video of all time.
Planning for happiness. Do yourself a favor. Get the book.
Like
in the description.
This right here.
Love you guys. See you next week.
W's in the mother chat, and this is where we gonna end it at. No cap. We have to end it right here. This right here, y'all. Hold on, bro. This chat. This right here. To me, most fire video I've seen in a long time. I've seen a lot of good and funny. This is I don't know. This is like going to a salt cave and just laying and just soak. Like they putting salt in the thing. I don't know if y'all been inside, but look, just soaking it on. Like this right here, I was a sponge to this. Like I just don't know, man. This is fire. I'm glad I streamed today, man. I'm glad I streamed today because if I ain't streamed today, I don't even know. Which I'm already subscribed to Tommy G. I don't even know if I even watched the video. And I'm glad that I got to share this with y'all. For sure. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, man. Listen. I'm gonna go and look for the book. I hope y'all going to look for the book. Because everybody need happiness. Like, it ain't about the money. It's not about the money. Because listen. Somebody, like they say, some of the rich right now can have money. They still ain't happy. Because at the end of the day, they're not going for what, what they're happy for. But this right here is fire. And W's in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all again, man. Remember, if they don't love you, I do.